the NBA Guru Show. I'm Zach. This is Naf, and we got a dandy tonight. We're gonna talk a little Scott Perry press conference reactions. Gonna talk a little Rockets, Warriors, and maybe we'll throw out some hot takes with some top 10 here after the Lakers Minnesota game. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, but let's talk Scott Perry, man. Let's get right into it. Um, I think he did give a lot of vague answers, but he gave some interesting answers as well, such as when he was talking about uh, the coach. Like, is Doug Christie gonna be the next coach? He's like, dude, I'm gonna figure it out. I've been talking to coaches. I'm getting a lot of buzz from it on my phone, and we'll figure it out next week. That's weird. I haven't seen that at all. And what did you think about that one in particular?
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty odd answer to I mean, I guess to be fair, he did just come into the job, so maybe he does want to conduct the search, but I mean, the answer kind of tells me that he's probably leaning towards giving Doug removing the interim tag and giving Doug the full term head coaching position. But yeah, saying that people are texting him like wanting to. I mean, the Kings is not a. If you look at the Kings, it's probably a bottom three most desirable coaching job in the league, to be honest. So, I mean, or at least, I mean, in terms of like the openings right now, what openings
Yeah,
do we have? We have Denver technically. We'll probably have Memphis. They have interim coaches.
yeah, that's true.
Um, has anyone? I don't think anyone else has fired the coach yet, right?
Was Budenholzer?
Besides, oh, Budenholzer was fired, correct? So
Yeah,
Phoenix.
yeah,
So I think out of the interims
yeah,
and the
yeah, for sure.
openings,
They were the
this is the
worst.
worst
Yeah,
one. Yeah, they're by far the worst one. So I mean, it is at the end of the day, it is an NBA job, but yeah, just throwing that out there in the middle of the conference is a little odd. I've never seen that before.
yeah, that was weird. Shouldn't it be like, why are people like telling you like I want the job? Like, shouldn't it be like, hey, the job's open. We'll take it. We're gonna be the ones choosing and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, he should have said like, we'll conduct a search, a thorough search that will include Doug Christie, or just give the me the appropriate answer or like the truth. But yeah, that was definitely an odd answer. I wonder like who's texting him, man? Like Rick Adelman? Like I mean, Rudy Tomjanovich? Like what? Phil Jackson? A bunch of old guys that want to get back in the league. Like if I mean, I doubt someone a like in demand coach is gonna be texting begging for a job.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Scott Perry did gave a lot of little fluff. A lot, he is he does have a good connection. He is highly recognized and respected in the league. He's been out of it, I think, probably for a couple of years, but I think he's kept a lot of the contacts. He's still part of been following the game, and I think Vivek trusts him because he came for 3 months and then he left. So I think Vivek always had like a thing for him without making it weird. But I think he did like the dude and he respected him. Um, so I don't know. I mean, people were asking, are you going to be the one in charge and stuff? And he was like, yeah, well, Vivek's the owner, so he's going to be involved a little bit, but don't mistake it. I'm going to be the one like being in the lead here. So I think Vivek, like I said before in other pods, like he usually gives at least a couple years for the GM that just came in to give him a free leash a little bit. So I think they'll be fine there, at least for letting Scott do his thing. But I don't know, like he's he didn't give anything crazy. He didn't give anything bad either. I don't think it was a bad press, at least for me. I don't think it was a great one. I thought it was just it's a neutral. I think he said what he said, and he's respected. He already talked to Zach Levine. That was a big one where he called Zach Levine out in a previous podcast and said he doesn't play D, but he's a good offensive player. And then that was actually a weird thing where he said, "Yeah, I talked to Zach about it, and we're gonna try to build around him and stuff." So I don't know, like the guy's big on defense, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to build around the guy that's one of the worst defenders as a starter in the league." That was a little bit weird. I will give him that. It is tough to trade Zach Levine, so maybe he's already thought like, "Yeah, you're probably untradeable, bro." So I got to do that. But I don't know. What was your thoughts on that part? At least the Zach Levine.
Yeah, no. I mean, that is definitely odd, but I guess he's just trying to protect his asset. Obviously, you don't want to tarnish an asset if you're trying to deal it. And so, I mean, in terms of, I don't really read into anything in these press conferences, like what he said. Like you said, he said mostly the politically correct things. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like when you get a new job, you're in that honeymoon phase, first couple of months, first few months, you're loving it, you're just learning, you're learning new things. But I mean, I'm not buying it, man. I'm not buying the hire still. I don't think there was. I'm not buying that. He's saying Vivek's obviously, he's the owner, but he's gonna make the decisions. I mean, all this stuff is easy to say in a presser, man, but when it gets to, when you gotta start wheeling and dealing and start actually like making moves, I don't I think this is a poor hire. I mean, he said a lot of rah-rah stuff in his speech. The guys got to look in the mirror, just like pumping them up, but I mean, I just question his sort of like the caps. The cap is going to be much harder to deal with now with the new CBA. So, I mean, what's his experience there? Like you said, he was out of the league for a few years. So, I don't know. To me, like this presser did nothing but just enhance my worries about this hire. I think Scott Perry, I mean, if you was any other team out there, like ask yourself, was any other team in the league probably even going to give him an interview for the GM position? Probably not. I mean,
No.
I doubt it. So I feel like this is just a rehash hire by Vivek getting another yes man. I've said this before, and this press conference didn't change anything for me. Like I said, it's a honeymoon phase. So obviously the first few months are gonna be, they'll be all, happy and he'll say that, he'll say all the right things, but at the end of the day you have to make moves. You have to deal with Levine's contract and stuff. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, he's dealt a tough hand here, for sure. The good things, I'll give some good notes here. I mean, it would be bad if he didn't, but um, he acknowledged that the Kings need a point guard. He acknowledged that the Kings need more length and athleticism, so that was kind of nice. Something Monty couldn't do for some reason. I don't know why for 5 years he couldn't find a good wings. I don't know why. Only had Keegan pretty much. So, but yeah, he basically said this quote: "Any successful pro sports organization has to have an identity." That's one thing I don't see here yet, but that's what I'm all about. So he does want toughness. He does want defense. He wants identity, and I think the Kings need an identity. We don't know what the identity is, um, but I think there is a chance that, or a decent chance that it looks like the Kings are just going to try to run it back with Levine and Sabonis and try to fill pieces around that, which is what I'm thinking because
Yikes.
unless he gets a really good deal for Levine, I mean, I think that's the only way he's going to play it. I don't know. I don't. I don't think. I don't think Vivek hired him to say, "Hey, like, hey, just tear it down." I kind of.
I agree with you there.
Yeah.
I
So
think
I
he
don't
hired
know.
him. I mean, he's still clinging on to dear hope. He thinks maybe, I mean, he
Yeah.
just traded for Levine a couple months ago. I think Vivek's clinging on to the fact that maybe they could build something still. But man, if they hold on to Levine and Sabonis, I mean, I think DeRozan's pretty much out the door,
Yeah.
right? So, I mean, if they try to build something with that, that is going to be disastrous, and I can see that blowing up by December, blowing up in their faces. No, by December, no later than January.
Yeah, I was pretty. I don't know, just the way. I mean, maybe you are right that he's just trying to protect the asset by saying, "Hey, we're gonna build around Levine and stuff," but that just
No, I'm just giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm trying to see from his point of view. I don't know.
yeah, I just don't know if he's. I don't think he wants to blow it up. I do not think he will want to blow it up. I think, like I said, Vivek wants to hire them to kind of just see if he can tinker around and make it work again. So,
Yeah, he
and a lot
doesn't
of
seem. Yeah, he doesn't seem like a GM that wants to just go full on rebuild. And this is not the type of GM you hire if you do want to go full blown rebuild. So I think you're
yeah.
right.
So yeah, trying to think anything else, any other notes you got from the presser or anything
Y-
that stood out to
Uh,
you?
yeah, you did say that. You did mention that he did mention the point guard issue. But
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know what point guards out there in the market. I mean, we've thrown some names. I think Nemhard, but Nemhard's been really good this playoffs already, and he did sign a
Hmm.
very cheap contract. I think Ty Jerome is going to be a free agent, but he's more of a score first point guard. So I don't think that's really the fit that the Kings need. So I'm just trying to think like what can he really do in terms of point guard? Because I mean, what's he going to give the keys to Keon Ellis? Like, so that would be an interesting move to see what he does there. So, but man, if they hold
Yeah,
on to Levine and Sabonis, that is ugly, ugly stuff, man. They could just hired
yeah,
us as consultants, man. We told them months ago to blow it up. Now they're gonna end up with no pick. Now they're gonna end up clinging on to Levine for dear for just on hopes that they can maybe get another play-in spot. So I mean, just ugly stuff. I mean, yeah, this franchise it's looking dire in my opinion.
yeah. Scott Perry even said the goal here is to build a sustainable winner. So it doesn't look like
Yeah,
they're blowing it up.
yeah, he said all
And
the raw stuff,
and he said that a lot of agents are telling him that he's happy that he's back in, and I mean that's one good thing. At least we'll have some a little bit more respect. You know, I think we lost a lot of respect with the Mike Brown stuff, lost a lot of respect with the Fox trade, how that was dealt, and so with Perry at least in charge, we'll have some respect and maybe at least like some call like we'll be able to get to other agents and players and stuff. So
No,
I
that's
do
a
think,
good point.
yeah.
He's well
So
connected too, compared to like Monty
yeah,
McNair, where you
yeah,
said he was probably more quiet, more like introverted. So I
yeah.
feel like I feel like he is like well connected within the NBA. So if there's one pro, that's definitely a pro compared to the previous regime.
Yeah, so hopefully, yeah, we'll see what happens. Just some stats here, actually, that I was seeing that Zach Levine is a 10 point. The Kings are 10.9 better points when he's off the court, which is pretty bad.
Yikes.
um, yeah, so I mean, the net difference with Zach Levine's on and off court is a minus 16.3. Pretty bad. So I mean, I'm hoping that get rid of Zach, but probably not. But yeah, I mean, not too much there. I mean, we could just get into the Rockets Warriors. The big news from the Warriors game here is that Jimmy Butler is going to be was out for the rest of the game with some pelvis contusion, I believe it's called. He fell
Yeah.
on the ground pretty hard. It was in the first quarter. We'll see if he's going to be able to play the rest of the games, but that looked like a tough, hard fall. Um, but yeah, we'll see what happens on for that. But I mean, Rockets did what they had to do. We said it was a must win. You called it that there was going to be Rockets were going to win fairly easily, and yeah, it was another physical game. A lot of Draymond stuff, a lot of Van Fleet stuff, a lot of Jalen Green. Jalen Green was the star
Jalen
of the
Green
show
had a
tonight.
game. Yep, it was the Jalen Green second career. First game was absolute dub, but his second career playoff game. I mean, he responded big time. 38 points on 13 to
Hmm.
25 shooting with eight threes made, six assists. Yeah, I mean, he showed up. He hit some big shots. I mean, his shot selection in the first game was atrocious.
Yeah,
So it was nice to see him get to the rim more.
yeah, and we said that it was going to be it was first game jitters for him. So I think he felt a
Yeah,
little bit more
that's
comfortable
true.
today. Van Fleet looks like he still needs to figure it out,
Yeah,
but um, it wasn't at least it wasn't 4 for 19, but it was pretty much the same thing. Just took half the shots. Um, yeah, I mean everyone else played decent. Eamon Thompson still nothing crazy great from him, just a solid game.
Dylan Brooks had a
Sengun,
good game.
yeah, Brooks Sengun had a great game. 3 assists from a triple double. Bench Tari Eason played really well, and yeah, not too much.
It's just with no
Uh,
Butler. I mean, the Warriors are gonna get smoked on the non-Curry minutes. They pretty much
yep.
have no one. No one. I mean, Butler was pretty much their answer to that. And now with Butler out, I mean, yeah, it's. I mean, they. I think they went with Quentin Post in his spot, and I like Quentin Post. I actually like
Yeah.
Quentin Post. I think he's a good shooter. He did hit some big threes too, but yeah, he's not Jimmy Butler. He can't create on his own. So it's what.
Uh,
Let's hope Jimmy's back next game because if he's not, it's gonna be ugly.
it's crazy. Yeah, it's pretty much Kaminga's got to go off and like score 20 plus a game.
Yeah,
To
Kuminga came,
lose.
yeah, 26 minutes after it looked like he was
Game
never going to
0.
play another minute again for the Warriors. So just shows you guys stay ready in these playoffs, man.
You know what's crazy?
He
The Warriors played 10 guys on the bench. They played 15 guys today. Is that even possible? I think a lot of
15
good.
guys? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy. Pat Spencer even got some minutes. So
Yeah, I just looked at the box
I
score. I'm
think
like, what the
that's
hell?
I think Steve Kerr, like once Jimmy got hurt, he just had to he was just trial and error, man. He was like
Yeah,
anyone on the bench. But I mean, obviously some of them was garbage time like Knicks and TJD and
yeah,
Key. But yeah, everyone else was actually, you know,
got some decent minutes.
yeah, there's some like crucial minutes in the game, but yeah, I mean it's pretty much all it has to be all Curry. Curry would
Yeah,
have to
he's
go
got to go.
ballistic.
Yeah, Curry's got to
Or
go off for me.
Draymond will have to turn the clock and turn into, game 7, 2016 finals Draymond, but that
Yeah, I
probably
mean,
isn't happening.
Pod's got to have more than 0 points. I mean,
Oh,
that's
Pod was
probably a start.
awful. Pod was awful. I don't think he didn't hit a shot. He was like 0 for 5, right? Yeah, 0 for
Yeah.
5. Yeah, that's crazy.
Just some quick things. Let's take some quick look at the notes here or the chat. Painful presser, but wasn't bad as I thought. Yeah, wasn't good, wasn't bad, but at least for me, it was all right. What Nothing crazy happened. He was in a big market. That's true. He was in New York at a time, and he's probably very well connected with East Coast teams. That's one thing. Good point by Matt. I wanted to forget to bring up. He does have. He's pretty close to like the New Orleans Pelicans. He'll be close to
Yeah.
Knicks. He'll be close to a few teams here.
Oh, there you go.
Um, yeah, prediction might
Zion
come through,
prediction
man.
might come through, man.
um, so yeah, we'll see how that works. Now thinking about you for the Lakers stuff. That's good stuff. You called it
Oh,
on the
game
money.
2. Yeah, I did say the Lakers would win game 2. Yeah, Matthew thinks Ant's gonna go nuclear game 3. I mean, we'll see. We'll talk about that later. We'll
I
talk about
mean,
that here soon.
yeah, I guess not much. We'll see what happens in three and four, going back to Houston, but go back to Golden State. But honestly, we can't. It's not even. There's not really much to talk about unless we find out how good Jimmy is. So, I
Yeah, I
think
think
if
he should be
Jimmy's not
fine.
good, yeah, I mean,
What
if
do
Jimmy's not
you,
good, I think Rockets should win this in six. If Jimmy is good, then it's gonna go to seven,
Leighton
I think. But
Warriors? Yeah, I
yeah,
think the Rockets have to steal home court back, so they have to win one of these
yeah,
next two. Because
yeah, they
if they
have
come
to.
back down 3-1, then
Nah,
it's I
it's
don't
over.
this team is not coming back from down 3-1. So if Jimmy misses a game, they have to steal that game. Have to. That's almost another must win for them. So
If they lose the next game,
no, no, no. If Jimmy is out next game,
if Jimmy's out next game,
that's almost a must win
um,
because
oh yeah,
because he could come back
yeah,
he'll
yeah,
probably come back game 4 then. I mean, they could
yeah,
also win game 4, I guess, but it's just easier to win
yeah, that
obviously
too.
without Jimmy Butler. So
Yeah.
I mean, they have to steal home court back. I don't see them winning down 3-1.
Let's see here.
They did also,
Uh,
I guess in this game there was just like some zone. They did play some zone. I thought the Rockets kind of struggled when the Warriors went into like a 1-3-1 zone.
yeah,
So they did. I mean, Jalen Green hit some like tough threes, Dylan Brooks, but they were not playing the zone well. So we'll see if the Warriors go back to that. And that's just the Rockets, like we said, when they have non-shooters out there, you could sort of play that 1-3-1 and just force Amen in the corner, just let them sit there.
yeah,
So you kind of need someone in that middle that can play make. They don't really have anyone like that besides Shingun. And when Shingun's out, that's when you see the Warriors play that 1-3-1 a lot. But they did play small ball too a lot today, and they did also use a double big lineup. So you could tell Udoka's trying different things.
yeah.
So and then actually the Warriors went into zone, or not the Warriors, the Rockets went to zone two. I think when
Yeah, I saw
Curry
that
was
that happened.
out, yeah,
Yeah,
like in a 2-3 zone. So yeah, just interesting. We'll see. We'll see next game. This game, like we said, we could chalk up no Butler. It was just kind of, the Rockets. It was a must-win game for the Rockets. You could tell.
yeah, for sure. Um, I'm trying to think anything else from the game. I think we pretty much covered it right there. Let's see. Flores has said something here. Who do you think will be Perry's bold move or moves? So yeah, we were just talking about how the Pelicans is really close. He has really tight connections there in New Orleans. Um, if they man, it makes sense for both teams, honestly, for Sabonis, for a Zion. Just both teams need that little switch up. Like Pelicans need that durability that they haven't had with Zion, and we get. I think it's a win-win for the Kings because if the Kings, let's say Zion does get hurt, that's what people are afraid of. So okay, so what? We get like a top 5 pick then. Like we're not gonna win games with just Zach Levine. So
It's an
I think he's a
asset
great.
where it's worth the risk.
Yeah, it's worth the risk. You get a high ceiling, and then even if he's hurt, you get a pick. So, I think it's worth it. And
Well,
yeah, I think
what point guard do you think they could really bring in? Because I mean, like you said, he
yeah,
mentioned
that's
that
tough.
in the presser. I mean, but I mean, Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, like there's some old guys out there.
Yeah,
Um,
people in the have been murmuring about Dennis Schroeder.
oh my God, Dennis Schroeder, yikes! I don't know
um,
about that, man.
yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I didn't realize he was like still. I think we went over. Didn't we talk about him recently?
We talk about him, yeah, because he hit the big threes in the last Pistons
Yeah,
Knicks games. He hit the clutch threes, man. He's the reason he had 20 points in that game. He was the
yeah,
second best player behind Cade. So I mean, yeah, he's a savvy vet, I guess. I mean, I think he's a good backup point guard, but to start, I don't know. He's just been in the league for so long, and you did say I think he played on like 10 teams. I think we did look that up last show.
yeah,
So
yeah. He's still only 30. He is more of a still kind of a shoot first point guard. Just a little
yeah,
bit more better. That's the only bad thing with him.
he's a shoot
Uh,
first. Yeah,
yeah. I'm kind of curious just to see
I
point
mean,
guards, free agents,
yeah,
because
I think
that's
Chris
gonna be
Paul, Russell Westbrook. I remember we looked this up before, but I think maybe they could. I think if they could buy low on like a point guard, maybe a young point guard. I mean,
mhm.
we mentioned before Andrew Nemhard, but that ship sailed. He's on a great contract and he's a playoff riser. He's been ball. I mean, he balled out last year for the Pacers in the playoffs, and
Yeah.
this year I think he's shooting 60% already in the playoffs. So
Oh wow.
he's been crucial. But yeah, I'm trying to think if they could snatch maybe a young point guard
Uh,
that doesn't get many minutes. But yeah, I
I'm
mean
trying to see what
that's
free
something
agent
for him to
to
that's
figure
something for
out.
Scott Perry to look into.
I'm just trying to see. I mean, Tyus Jones is making
Oh,
three
Tyus Jones
million
is another
dollars.
name. Tyus Jones will
Tyus
be a
Jones
free
will be
agent.
good. Yeah, somebody like him.
I guess he could be a good fit. He's a good passer. He's more pass
Yeah,
oriented.
yeah. So I think that'd be a good fit with us. I mean, there's gonna be some vets. I mean, like Kyle Lowry. He's kind of a pass first type of point
Kyle
guard.
Lowry's washed, man. Do not get Kyle Lowry. He's
He's
cooked.
washed.
He's washed.
He's like
Yeah, he's
39 years
washed.
old too.
He's
He's
washed.
39.
Yeah. No, Tice is
Uh,
good though. Tice is a pass first point guard, so that would be a good move. I
Ben
also could
Simmons.
see them. Ben Simmons, man.
I wouldn't mind if he. I mean, he's only getting paid a million bucks this year.
That's the thing. Like, would he want to play in Sacramento? You know, the problem with Ben Simmons is like the motivation issue. I feel like if
Yeah.
he comes to Sacramento, he's not gonna have. He needs to be like he needs someone to like motivate him, or like
Mhm.
he needs like a strong incentive. But unless, yeah, I wouldn't pay him. I wouldn't pay him. I wouldn't trust Ben Simmons.
Yeah. If
But if
it's
you
like a
could get him for
million
like a
bucks,
minimum,
like
yeah,
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 yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's worth it if we get it for a small amount.
But I wouldn't give him for like 10 mil. Nah, I wouldn't risk it.
Um, yeah, it's basically Chris Paul, Trey Jones from Chicago, but he's getting paid like 10 mil, so it's not really an option.
Oh,
Monty
both the Jones
Morris,
brothers, huh?
yeah, Monty Morris and Jordan McLaughlin, who we traded away.
What about
Uh,
Colin Sexton?
yeah, there was
There's some Colin. I was reading about some Colin Sexton buzz.
trade rumors. Yeah,
Maybe
I
like
don't know
Sexton and John Collins.
what would the trade be. Sabonis? I
I
don't see
mean,
Utah
what
wanting
is
Sabonis though.
Sexton? He's still under contract, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't see Utah wanting Sabonis. No, so it would have to
Um,
be a trade. Maybe
it'd have to be
DeRozan?
Keegan.
No, no. They're gonna
Keegan.
want young. Yeah, they're gonna want young or picks. You'd have to give up picks,
Yeah,
but I
I
wouldn't give
wouldn't do
up
that.
picks. Yeah.
I'm
Um.
kind of worried that the Kings are gonna trade picks and stuff. We'll see.
Yeah, that's if we have they mortgage their future.
Yeah,
That would be even worse. Worse
Delon
than
Wright,
what's
who's been on the Kings actually before, but he's on the Knicks now. Hasn't done. I don't even remember him doing anything recently, but just
Miles
someone.
McBride. But he's also a score first.
Yeah.
Miles McBride score first. I mean, I think Nemhard of the names we mentioned is the best, but I think he's
hmm
gonna cost a
With
lot.
Yeah, and we don't have a lot of we don't. I don't think we're gonna get like any big free agents. I think we do have that like 13.5 million mid level exception or something. So
Yeah,
maybe we could get someone with that. But Kevin Porter
might just
Jr.
have
is
to be
another name.
Tyus Jones, man.
Yeah, Tice is
I
not
do like
bad.
Kevin Porter Jr., but
Kevin
he's
Porter just get a
also
swing on him. Yeah,
I do like him, but I mean he's obviously had his ups and downs, but he's been
yeah.
decent when he's played for Milwaukee
Milwaukee.
this year, replacing him. So, but yeah, the problem with him is he's so inconsistent, man. You don't know what you're gonna get out of him, and he's actually a solid passer too, but he's not
Yeah,
the
he's pretty talented. He's
he's
talented.
talented. Like yeah, exactly. He's talented. He's like a way worse James Harden, like
this
way worse James Harden, like the worst version of James Harden.
Yeah, this year he's actually 49 from the field, 41 from three, so he's gonna probably ask for a decent amount with 12 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. He's played pretty
Yeah,
damn good in 20 minutes too. Wow.
yeah, he's been
Uh,
good, and he was out of the league. I think he was playing in Europe before that, so he's probably
mm,
gonna ask for a solid, probably like a mid-level type of deal.
yeah,
Man, I
24%.
think we've hit them all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, there's two. We can't just go through all the whole NBA, but yeah, that's the people available on
Yeah, just
free
crazy
agency.
that they had Fox and Halliburton like
Tyrese.
5 years ago, man.
It's
Crazy,
ugly stuff. Ugly, ugly stuff.
ugly
Um,
stuff, man.
I mean, they could give a mid-level exception to D'Angelo Russell or something.
D'Angelo Russell, stay away from D'Angelo, man. Stay away from D'Angelo Russell. That's yeah, he's another just shoot
Shoot
first
first.
point guard. Yeah, he's another point guard that's more worried about his scoring, doesn't play defense.
What
I
about
don't think that's
Fred?
what the Kings need.
What about Fred Van Fleet? If we get him for 15 mil or 13.5 with a
Oh
mid-level
yeah, because
exception.
he's I think he has a team option, right? Maybe I think
Uh,
well,
club. Yeah,
but
it looks like club option.
team option, yeah, that means yeah, team option
Yeah,
this
probably
year.
get
So
rejected.
yeah, he'll probably get so he will be a free agent. I mean, yeah, that could be a good shout, Fred Van Vliet. I mean,
Yeah,
if you're trying to win with Levine and Sabonis, I mean, you might as well get someone like Fred Van Vliet. Would
yeah.
you rather have him or Tyus Jones?
Probably Tyus Jones. I don't know.
I don't know.
Good
It's
question.
the
If
options are bleak, man. The options
if
are
we get,
bleak.
I'll say if we're getting Tyus for a couple million versus 10 million, 15 million for Fred Van Fleet, I'll take Tyus for the 2-3.
Yeah, yeah. And if
Um,
you're factoring in price and value, contract value, for sure, Tyus.
yeah. Let's see here. Another Levine. Yep. I'm assuming he's talking about Kevin
Fred
Porter
Van
Jr.
Vliet. Oh, I thought he was
Or,
talking about Fred Van Vliet.
Flores, can you tell us who you're talking about? Lonzo Ball reunite the old glory days. Yeah,
Oh
might as,
my.
let's
Yeah,
just
if you
get
want 10
yeah,
games a year.
trade Keon Ellis for Lonzo, then trade Sabonis for Vucevic. Screw it.
Jeez, Sacramento Bull Kings, man.
Uh, whoa.
Whoa, can we read this on air?
I don't know,
Censor,
bro.
censor, censor.
He's talking about D'Angelo. D'Angelo. That's true. That's true.
Oh, he's talking about D'Angelo. D'Angelo, another Levine. Yeah, honestly, that's a good comp. Both guards that just
Yeah.
want to score first and don't play defense. Yeah, I
Uh, uh,
mean the Fox thing. I mean, we said like they should have, and in our interview with Matt George, he mentioned that there was no reason for them to trade him so fast,
yeah.
and that's where the blunders really started. That's where it really started to go downhill, and then they didn't even tank to keep their pick. So now you're stuck without a point guard to trade this summer and no pick. So yeah, good luck, Scott Perry.
Yeah. Matt, he's talking about as well. Why'd we fold? Didn't need to happen. Could have
Because
waited.
you got an impatient
Uh,
owner, Matt. You got an impatient owner.
um, yeah. So
CP3, yeah. We did mention CP3. I think he played 82 games this year, but
yeah,
he's washed too. Another washed point guard.
yeah, he is. All right. Well, let's just get to the. Let's end it off with some LeBron, Minnesota talk, or Lakers, Minnesota. Um, so you had an infamous little thing with the bracket here.
Infamous.
It's pretty famous stuff here. One of the craziest moves. threw in said no more Lakers. I'm feeling Minnesota going to the finals. What's your take after the second game? You did call it on the money that they were going to win big for the Lakers to win big in game two, and it did happen. And they did it fairly easily. So, are you still comfortable with the Wolves now going in, or what was your thoughts after game two?
Yeah, yeah, no, I did expect the Lakers to win because it was a must-win game, and LeBron in a must-win game, he showed up. I mean, he was like his intensity was he was playing at like a game seven level. Like his defense was he really rose to the challenge. So, I gotta give kudos to LeBron. He came out, he performed. But I mean, they still won by like only 9 points. They scored 94 points, I believe. So, I mean, if I'm the Timberwolves, honestly, going back to Minnesota, Anthony Edwards didn't have a good game. It seems like they bracketed him and blitzed him more this game, which is what in our previous show, we said that that's what we expect them to do. And in game one, they didn't do any of that, it looked like. And then in game two, they bracketed him and they forced him. And, even in the post game presser, he said that they were throwing like a lot of zone at him, which, he kind of threw him off. So, I mean, yeah, he did not have a good game. I expect Anthony Edwards to bounce back. Now they're going back to Minnesota for these next two games, and yeah, I mean, one of these has to be a must win for the Lakers. The Lakers also cannot come back home down 3-1. But I think, hey, the Timberwolves did their job, man. They stole home court. They stole home court. Now it's 1-1 series. They just need to take care of business at home. I thought, Julius Randle was the best player yesterday. He's actually been really good this series. I know it's been a small sample size, but 27 points, I think, on 9 and 17 shooting. So, I mean, Nasri did not have a good game. And then Rudy Gobert, man, he was a talking point from yesterday's game. He
Yeah,
was defensively, he held up. I think I saw a stat where
yeah, he
even
did
against
good.
like Luca and them, he did good on defense. I think I saw a stat where he only gave up like 4 or 14 field goals when
Yeah,
when I ISO'd against him. But his offense, man, he's shot 2 of 5, 6 points, 6 rebounds. But I mean, that's what he is. You
yeah.
got
I
to
don't
take
get
you
why
got to take
people
the
are
good with
mad.
the bad. Yeah.
I don't get why people are mad about it. I just don't get it. Like that's he doesn't score. Like he scored 4 points and he played like way less minutes. So what's the? Well, why are people pissed? That's what he does.
Yeah, that's like his average, right? Around his average, like
Yeah,
10 points is his playoff average,
yeah,
or I mean,
something like yeah. It's around ten
something around
points.
the 10 point. I mean,
Yeah,
he's had 6 points. I think the problem is the rebounding. I think we
yeah,
like he was getting like Riri Hachimura was bullying him on the glass, so
yeah.
there was a couple points there where yeah, the rebounding wasn't good. But man, if I'm Minnesota, I mean, the only thing I think is really the refereeing, like the officiating.
Yeah,
As long as it's even both sides, I would be confident if I'm a Minnesota fan, to be honest.
yeah,
They didn't play well yesterday and they lost by 9 points. I mean, it seems like they just came out the first quarter was 34-15, and that's where they
yeah.
lost the game. I think they won every other quarter. I think they've the only quarters that they've lost this entire series has been the first quarter. So they've won yeah, so they've won 6 of the 8 quarters. So yeah, if I'm Minnesota, I would feel confident that they bounce back and win the next two. And yeah, that's
Oh,
why. I
next
mean,
two.
yeah, if I'm Minnesota, you have to win the next two. You don't want to give LA home court, and you don't want it to go back. I mean, yeah, they're older, like LeBron is older, so maybe an extended series might not be the worst compared to the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are a very young team. But I mean, yeah, I mean you have home court. You don't want to give it back to LA. So if they could get it back to LA 3-1, I think yeah, this series is over.
I got a hot take here. I got a big time hot take. All right. It's about Anthony Edwards. He's getting a lot of clout lately, and he was being called the face of the NBA and stuff like that for this whole year. But you know what? I'm sick of hearing this stuff. I don't even know if he's a top 10 player right now. I do not know if
Whoa.
he is a top 10 player in the league right now. I got the bird chirping in the back. He's agreeing with me. I got to say it, man. I do not think Anthony Edwards. Yesterday, he had 0 assists, bro. How are you one of the face of the NBA? You can't even have one assist in the game in the playoffs, bro. They're blitzing at him. They're coming at him and helping him, and he's not even getting one good look for his teammate getting an assist. They made the Lakers defense was trying to make him a playmaker, and he didn't even play make at all. And it worked for the Lakers. I got a caption here. It's coming out right now. It's the top 12 list I got right now in no order.
Top
Uh,
12.
it's in no order. You can convince me with Edwards over one or two of them, but I don't think he's breaking that top 10. What do you guys think? Throw it out in the comments, man. It's a hot take. I know it, but just trying to see what's going on here, man. Check out check out the names. Who are you fighting with? Give me a few names if you're not feeling it. We got Matthew saying what's happening. Tristan saying I'm jinxing him for the next game. This is crazy, crazy stuff right now. What I'm saying, but I have to do it. Let me put that back up here. Got 12 players that at their peak for this year I think are better than Anthony Edwards at his peak. But I don't know. Maybe I'm saying crazy stuff, maybe not. But I'm saying he's a little bit overrated. How about that? He has his shot selection is not that good. It's a little clumsy. His shot selection all over the place. He's not the best decision maker. I don't think he's the best decision maker. He's not an elite playmaker. He's like a mid playmaker. Averages like 4.5 assists, man, and shoots like 45 from the field. Good 3 point shooter. I'll give him that. But true shooting percentage isn't even better than Jalen Brunson's. He's 59, Jalen's 61. Just throwing out numbers for you guys. What do you guys think? What do you think, Naf? I mean, he's overrated. He's overrated.
This is a terrible, terrible take, man. I mean, looking at your list, he's better than Brunson. He's a way better two-way player than Brunson. Better than Cade. I mean, come on. Cade, I like Cade. I'm a big Cade fan, but like, come on, let's be serious. Victor Wembanyama, I mean, yeah, I mean, Victor Wembanyama didn't even play as that many games. I mean, the guy's played like what, 50 games in his career? Like,
No injuries involved. Don't worry about injuries.
okay, okay. So you want to take injuries out of it. I
Yeah.
mean, okay. I mean, you have to because Ant plays like every game. So that Tatum, yeah,
All
I
right, let's start.
guess.
What about Cade? All right, Cade's did 26, 6 and 9 this year, with 47 and 36 shooting, and I think Ant was like 27 or 28 points a game with 4 rebounds and 4.5 assists or something. 5 rebounds, four
Yeah,
and a half.
yeah. No, I mean, yeah. I
Or
look,
better.
Cade had a great year, but I mean, this is like you're a prisoner of the moment, man. Just because he had 0 assists yesterday, he had 9 assists in the first game, man. He was playmaking like crazy. He's 23 years old. Obviously, his playmaking is gonna get better. I mean, you remember LeBron when he was 23? LeBron couldn't even shoot the ball, man. I mean,
Mhm.
he was not as good. I mean, he was obviously way better than Anthony Edwards, but I'm saying like he's still young. I agree on the playmaking part. Like he has to work on that. I mean, he even said it himself. Like he said he's contacted Jordan to ask how he would beat double teams. So I think that yeah, I think this is ridiculous. I think Brunson is the one that's absolutely ridiculous on your list. I mean,
Brunson.
if you're asking me, yeah, if you're asking me
Yeah,
between
that's
Brunson and Anthony Edwards, I mean, that's insane. I'm taking Anthony Edwards. I'm not even thinking twice about that one.
I can be
At this
convinced on
point in their
Brunson.
career, I'm taking Anthony Edwards over LeBron. I mean, LeBron is two-way game is nowhere. I think Anthony Edwards. I've said it before. I think he's the best two-way player in the series. But I mean, he had a bad game yesterday. I think he was just being a prisoner of the moment, man. But I will agree, he was just too passive yesterday. Like he didn't really start attacking until the second half. I mean, I think he just has to learn. He did this last year too against Dallas. I don't know if he was fatigued, but he has to learn to attack more. And yeah, I mean, this is a spicy take, man. I mean, I don't agree with it at all. I think he's a top 10 player, but hey, man, I respect the hot take, man. I
I,
mean,
I
it's
respect.
crazy.
I can respect. If I had to debate this list a little bit, I would probably agree. I'd probably take Edwards over Brunson just because of the size, and that. Yeah. Then like the two-way game, Edwards is a little bit better on defense. I can see that one. Um, Cade, I don't know. This year, his playmaking was really good, and he's on a way worse team. So I'm gonna stick with Cade for right now. Uh, and because Cade might be a first team, second team All NBA guy. First team All NBA guy too. I mean, he could be considered there. It's possible. I don't know, but I think he might get more MVP votes than Anthony Edwards this year. Is that fair to say? Cade might get more MVP
I
votes.
think Cade will get some MVP votes. Yeah, I mean, Cade's season versus Anthony Edwards is actually pretty close.
Yeah.
But I'm just talking about like better player. Like if I'm taking like a draft, like I'm taking Anthony Edwards over Cade. I mean, they're the same age. I think Anthony Edwards is further along shooting wise and just defensively too. I do agree that Cade's a better playmaker though. But yeah, I mean, just Anthony Edwards. I mean, he made the most threes in the league this year on a 40% shooting, which is crazy. So that's a game. That's something he worked on this summer. He was not that good at it this last year. So
That's true. That's pretty
I'm
solid.
that's all. And then yeah, I just think that like you said, his I mean his weakness is probably his playmaking. But I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's close.
LeBron 20, 20 LeBron 25, 8 and 8 with 51% shooting and 38 from the three. That's just like 1 or 2% less from three, but like 7% better field goal. And he's averaging three or four more rebounds, four more assists. Scores 3, 4 points less a game than Anthony Edwards, but I like it when players get others involved. So LeBron's an interesting one, but yeah, just for people to think about. Just want to throw it out there. I think he's slightly overrated because there were being talks for him being the face of the league. I don't see it yet, so had to throw this topic out and see what people thought here.
Looks like people are disagreeing with Tatum.
Yeah,
Tatum's getting
Tatum's.
some
People don't like Tatum. That's
backlash.
crazy. They're not even number one on his own team. Flores. Wow.
I mean, he wasn't last year, but I think this year he he responded well. Tatum.
Hmm.
Um, I think Tatum versus Ant's actually pretty close, actually. So I do
I mean, I
agree
still think.
there. I
Yeah, I
think
mean,
they're
I don't know.
similar. They're pretty similar.
Yeah. People just
Like
don't
if
like
I'm
Tatum because
starting
he's
my
too boring.
franchise, cause what?
I think people's Jason Tatum's hella boring, so I feel like people don't like him that much.
Oh, you
But
think you
like his,
think there's a personality, there's the
but yeah, I
aura
mean,
with Ant that people
he
are just buying.
he averages the same amount of points. I think like 1 point less. He averages 9 rebounds, 6 assists. So he already averages five more rebounds than Anthony. Averages assist and a half more than Anthony. But I do agree, Anthony has better percentages. He's more efficient than Tatum for sure.
Tatum's
Uh,
shot was like broken all of last year. I will say he does look
yeah,
like he fixed it this year. I will say if
even his skill.
Anthony Edwards was on that team with Jalen Brown last year, he would have won Finals MVP. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. Tatum's size is really good, and defense is probably a little bit better than
They're about to,
Edwards. Just because of
yeah.
his size, I'd say like maybe like it's just nicer to have longer length and stuff like that. Oh, Matt doesn't even like Deuce, man. Matthew just don't is not a Tatum fan for sure.
Well, do it. Do you? I mean, he did have like that shoulder injury, Anthony Edwards. I don't know how serious that is.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We'll see about that. So, yeah, I mean, I disagree, but it's a hot take, man. It's a very, very hot take. Especially,
Nah,
yeah.
yeah.
I'll, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens the rest of the series. I might get cooked, and the next game, Anthony Edwards goes for 40. So we'll see what happens.
It's a long
It's gonna be
series, man.
interesting.
It's gonna be a long series, so buckle up. We got a long way to go before the verdict's out.
Yeah. Flores saying need a bigger sample size on K. That's fair. That's fair. But just based on this year, I think I was just going by that. But it's a fair point. But hey, if you guys
But
can
hey, I do. You did say you and Pejman one came in the chat when I said that Cade is gonna be the best player in the Knicks
series,
Pistons series.
yeah, I disagree.
You said Brunson is
Yeah,
by far better, and then now you're saying
that's
Cade's
true.
better than Brunson. So you flip there, huh?
Nah, that's definitely true. Brunson's team. I mean, Brunson has more talent around him too, and he's still not kind of carrying the way Cade is. So, got to give all props to you. Got to give all props to Cade. He's carrying and he's taking over. He did have a bad, rough game first game,
Yeah, the
Cade.
first game, yeah,
But second game he came through, and that's pretty big. But
and then I
uh,
think the next game's tomorrow, so that will be tomorrow. Yeah,
oh
game
yeah,
three
Clips
tomorrow.
Nuggets too tomorrow.
Yeah, Clips
Um,
Nuggets. I don't know. I picked the Knicks in seven, but yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I mean, the Pistons have all the momentum now.
Yeah, no, for sure. If you guys can like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, we'll be on Spotify, we'll be on Apple, and we'll have another video soon. We'll see what's going on this week. If there's any Kings news, you guys will. If there's Kings news, we'll be there that day. So,
Yeah, I think
uh,
Scott Perry will probably announce. I mean, when they announce if they announce Doug Christie, I'm assuming the coach will probably be sometime in the next week, right?
yeah,
So they'll
should be
probably have
pretty
a press
soon.
conference there. So
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll
we'll be
have
there for that.
we'll be there for that, and Make sure you guys are subscribed. Keep the notifications on, and we'll be on. But keeping it short tonight. Enjoy the guys the playoffs, and we'll see what happens this week for the rest of the game threes and twos. So take care, guys.
See ya
Appreciate
later.
it.